Hello, my name is Gary. I am running behind, so I'm rushing as quickly as I can to post the link for today's activity. Today we are going over the beginning or the earliest part of the fingerstyle stuff that we need to work on. And I ran out of time this weekend to turn the websites over, so I'm madly doing that at the same time as this. And so basically I'm going to be running the whole entire lesson here to get caught up. And that's not actually unusual for me. It is, what is today? February 8th, 2022, I think. And our main objectives with this video is to get one more opportunity to run through the bed of bar worksheet, make My Spaghetti Monster and 3 Blind Mice. So those are going to be the 3 things we played today. Then we'll take a look at what this week holds for us. But 3 Blind Mice was really the main objective for the weekend. And so let me put that up here on this. And updates. The other thing, let me just make sure I know what I'm talking about, is that after 3 Blind Mice, I'm 99% sure we do go on to Brahms Lullabye. And so let me just double check I'm not telling you a lie. I think I have these basically memorized to what order they go in. Yeah, Brahms Lullabye is coming up this week, so that's real legitimate classical music, and so that's kind of exciting that we were at that place where we're like, nice. So that'll be our 2 study piece this week. Put that on the sheet. Let's update that. And then for book 2 in the next half hour, we're looking at Ain't Gonna Ring No Mo, and then I will have to update that with whatever comes after that on the Tin Pan Alley stuff, which is Ain't She Sweet. Ain't She Sweet's a really fun one to play. Hey Vic, hey Antonio, welcome in. Guys, apologize, as always, running like an idiot, but I did get the website finally turned around. And so what we're gonna, let's grab our ukuleles, and let's play a little bit. The stuff we've already talked about quite a bit, and then we will, yeah, I think it's brilliant that stuff is archived and you can go back through and double check. And guys, I heard, not only that, but I heard Diane runs a small group on weekends, and I heard they were just pulled up the orchestra stuff and was just playing along with it as a small group. And so I think that's an exciting thing to do, right? Go grab some of the old videos and just play whatever's on them, you know? That's exciting, Diane. Let's see, the sound is low. Oh, how about this? Let me point it at me. How does that sound? That should sound better. Antonio, welcome in. Sandy, afternoon to you. Jody, how are you from Southern California? Sunny and warm. You're winning. It's cold and it's perfectly fine here. It's just cold, and I like to complain about that. And Michelle's logging in from Thornton. Michelle, I got to meet Michelle face to face over the weekend, so it's wonderful. Yeah, and guys, all this stuff we leave it on the website on purpose, right? Is because I know that life is weird, and sometimes you can get along with it, and sometimes you can't, and so that's that. All right, we got a little bit of work to do, so let's get on it. First, let's talk about Make a Better Bar. Let's go ahead and do that. This will be probably our last time that we do this for a while, but I want to just make sure that it's making sense to you. If you're on baritone, go ahead and start on on fret 5. Okay, and if you are on ukulele, start with it being open. I apologize, this ukulele is still trying to get settled down. So we're going to go with thumb, index, middle, ring. Okay, that's the key right there, is thumb, index, middle, ring. And that activity is going to pay off in spades on some of the other stuff we have to do. I'm just adjusting my face here. Hey, Jill, good to see you. Lynn, good to see you. Thumb, index, middle, ring. Okay, open bar, just where is it? Above the nut, and then we're going to go all the way down. And let me get this up where you can see it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Thumb, index, middle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now go ring middle index thumb. Ring, middle, index, thumb. Ring, middle, index, thumb. Keep going down. You're on 7. Finally, and guys, the big thing thinking behind that is, my goodness, you're going to be doing an awful lot of bar chords, and so getting comfortable with those is really important. And then also the arpeggio picking part of this, you're going to be doing a lot of that. And so the sooner it feels like it's happening naturally. We're getting close. Let's go grab my spaghetti monster. From the top, pluck the whole thing, try to play the tough uke. Okay? 1, 2, ready, play. Pretty. It's a really pretty little song. Okay, I ask all of my students to memorize it, and then you have something that you can play when somebody asks you to play ukulele for them. And most ukulele players never bother, right? And then when somebody says, "Hey, play some ukulele for me," they don't have anything they can play. Take some time, memorize that song. It's a good song. It's a song that nobody's going to play along, sing along with you, and make your ukulele sound really nice, and put you in a different category of player. Early on in ukulele, we all learned somewhere over the rainbow way up high. Right? We all learned that one. Nobody's in it. But if you drop out my spaghetti monster onto them, they're going to be like, "What? Oh, you're good. You should teach me," and you should. All right, here's the baritone version of that. If you are on ukulele, I think probably just give us a G chord, right? Just put your G chord on like that, and just do that. Okay, it's in C in ukulele, it's in G on baritone. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. lovely. It's a really nice song. Let's stick with baritone, but let's go grab the baritone version of Three Blind Mice. And we'll talk about, if you're on ukulele, how you can support this activity. Okay? So one of the things that we do on the website and throughout the whole program is I want you to get where you magically know the names of the chords and what they look like. And then I also want you to be able to play with chords when I'm on the other instrument. So if you have a ukulele in your lap and I'm playing baritone, you're on chords. And I want you to know what a G chord looks like in this case. But I also, as the songs get more complex, a lot of times you're going to have to go look up chords. And that's another skill that you're going to have as a ukulele player. I don't know what that chord is. I'll go use my resources and look it up. Michelle says, guilty with not having practiced arpeggio picking, and it's a problem now. Michelle came to the studio over the weekend. She says, I think I'm struggling with timing, and her timing was perfect, like dead on perfect. But her arpeggio picking wasn't so hot. So I said, all right, let's work on that. Well, now it's a problem, right? It was just fine when she wasn't doing it. Now I'm making her do it, and it's a problem. So there's always something. By the way, those of you who are around the Denver metro area, it might not be a bad idea to come and swing by the studio, pay for one lesson. I don't necessarily believe you need lifelong lessons in ukulele, but I can double check that what you think you're doing is what you're doing. What you think your problems are your problems. What you're not working. I'm pretty good at picking things out that you're doing crazy, Michelle is doing really well, right? But stuff like posture things that we don't necessarily notice when we're playing, I can definitely help you with that. Okay? Now, baritone players, you're on melody or you're on tough uke. I want you to be on tough uke is what I want you to be on. Ukulele players, you're going to support us with the G chord. Your G chord, index finger up on top, on the third string, second fret, middle finger, bottom string, second fret, ring finger, third fret, second string. Okay. Now, sometimes I see about 30% of you are going to get these two fingers backwards. Middle finger above index finger. That's wrong. Okay. I need your middle index finger here and your middle finger down here. Ring finger out there. Okay. That's your G chord. Okay. It'll sound like this is our G chord on baritone. That's your G chord on ukulele. Okay. You're going to give us 4 beats in every measure. Don't do this. Okay. Do pluck, 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 pluck. Okay, and you're going to do thumb above string 4, index finger under 3, middle finger under the second string, and ring finger under the first string, and then just clap your hand. That's your G chord, but your G chord is going to sound more like this. Okay, all right. Baritone players, you had the week to work on this. Let's see how you're doing. Okay, from the top, just thumb down. Lynn says, I live too far away. One of these days you're going to be able to, you're going to say, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, Lynn, whether you end up coming toward the Rockies or I end up coming toward New York City, right? One of the two, one way or the other, we're going to run into each other. Lynn has been with me since the beginning of the pandemic. All right, here we go. 3 blind mice, baritone players, thumb down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the message that you're getting from that. I can play the tough uke, I can play the melody. Either one of those is fine as long as you are playing chords on the other instrument. We're going to sound amazing together, and that's what when you get your friends together. When Diane calls everybody, hey, let's go to the park and then play some ukulele. Some people are going to be on chords, some people are going to melody, some people will be plucking this and plucking that and doing this other thing. And if they're using orchestra music, they got uke 1, uke 2, uke 17, whatever it is. And that's when you're making music music is, it turns into something where, a lot of times in music when you're working on stuff, it basically feels like you're just doing it wrong. That's just every single day, all day long. But when you get started playing with music with other people, all of a sudden they're doing things wrong, you're doing things wrong, nobody cares, you're having a great time, and you get better. That's the other thing. That's another reason why you got to come to orchestra if you can. All right. Let's see if I'm anywhere near getting this thing settled down. This thing has been a little pill. The real problem is that I don't usually turn this one up this high. It's a little much. All right, ukulele players, you're now on tough uke. Okay, just do your thumb down. Okay, thumb down. Okay, and remember to rest stroke on the strings you're not going to play. So the first note is 0 0 0, right? So 0 0 0, and then your thumb rests on the string you're not going to play. It's called a rest stroke. Baritone players, your C chord looks like this: index finger on the second string up, first fret, middle finger right there. Okay, that's what your C looks like. From the top, 1, 2, ready, play. Strum. Pluck. Pluck. That. Let's do it one way. Since most of you guys are ukulele players, let's do it one other way. Let's grab your claw, okay, and instead of thumb downing it, you're going to just pluck the strings you need to. Quite a bit harder, okay? Let's give it a try. Plucking now. Tough uke, plucking. Baritones, you're still on your C chord. 1, 2, ready, play. Pretty legit music, right? You forget that you're playing Three Blind Mice. You're thinking you're playing something much more sophisticated, which you are in many respects. You're playing a simple song, but in a sophisticated way. And ultimately, when you look at the great performers in our world, that's what a lot of them do. Jimi Hendrix, pretty famous, right? Got famous by playing the national anthem, which isn't a hard song to play, but he turned it into something different. All right, last thing we want to talk about is what's coming up this week. So and you may or may not have had a chance to print it out. Most of you guys have been through this a few times, but over on the ukulele and baritone tab, we're going to be looking at and I will get it posted on the front page here. I think I didn't I? Did I get it posted? Brahms Lullabye. So let's talk very briefly. We've got a few minutes to cover it and talk about the big moments in Brahms Lullabye. So we'll cover it on ukulele. Baritone, of course, you guys have the same exact sheet music, just in a different key. So first things. One, your main chord is a C chord. Lullaby and good night with roses be. And then you're going to grab your G7. Looks like that. I'm singing in a different key than I'm playing in. Lullaby and good night with roses be dyed. Okay. And then with lilies be spread is baby's wee bed. Okay. Lay you, and then your F chord, down, now and rest. May your G7 slumbers be, C chord, blessed. Lay you down, now and rest. May your slumbers be blessed. Okay. Almost always, if I know I'm going to be doing chords on a song, I don't care about the timing of it. I just want to know what my hands need to learn to go from one thing to the next. So if I'm on C, da da dum, da da dum, da 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 dum dum, and I'm like, oh no, what do I do? If I haven't taken the time to do my homework, I don't know that I got to just do that. Da dum. So when I go from C to G7, sometimes I'll lead with my ring finger, right? Gets that there, and then these guys hop on. Okay. Sometimes it's easier to think about, I just want to get this guy planted and then get these two guys on. Either way, one of those ways will make more sense to you. Ultimately, you work on it both ways. The other thing you got to do, you got to get from a C to an F. Okay. Now, I usually plant my index finger and then this goes up. Okay. But you could do it the other way. Either of those works. I find for most students, planting with your index finger first and then getting the rest of the chord on usually is faster and more reliable than just about anything, because your index finger is the smart one, right? It knows where it's supposed to be. Okay, so those are your chords. The melody, you know, here's what's nice about the melody, is straight up C scale notes. 003, 003, 033, 2003, 20. Right, so there's nothing on there that's not in the C scale. It's really, really a pleasant tune that goes right back to when we looked at the scales. There's a great chance for you to practice that. Use those notes in this song, and it comes out great. Let's talk very quickly about the tough ukulele side of things. Okay, and so grab your. Let's just do it thumb down, and then you'll go back through and also do it with your claw. Okay, so first two notes are 0, 0. 0, 0, 3. Right, straight from Three Blind Mice. Do it. Okay, a couple of zeros, just lift up, and then another rest stroke, okay, and then 0, 3. Now you have a real C chord here, full C chord. Change it to your middle finger to get the 2. Open it up. Now it says G7 is the chord you're supposed to make, but notice the melody is the wrong note. It's a 0 here, okay? And Brahms gets away with this because Brahms knows what he's doing, creating a leading note, right? He's creating this a little bit of tension that we're going to resolve. So he's got this G7, but an A string on the top, so you don't hold anything down there. You hear that weirdness? You're like, what is he doing? And then add the 3. Okay, that makes it complete. Tension, release, 2, 0. Okay, you're already holding down the 2, so pluck it, and then lift up your other fingers. That's the 2, 0. And then back to your G7. Where am I? 2, 2. Pick up into measure 8. Sorry, I got confused where he was. 2, 1, measure 8. You have a real G7. 2, 0, 2, 1, 2. Put that on. Strum everybody. Ring finger up. Put that ring finger over on the 3. And then probably drop your middle finger, grab the 2. Ring finger on the 3. Couple zeros. Now, this chord's going to come up a million times in your life. You're going to put your F chord on, okay, 2, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0. Okay, that's what that looks like. I don't know, it's hard to, the lighting's terrible here. And then, rather than using your ring finger here, which is your first thought, I want you to use your pinky on these, okay? You're going to be much more reliable, much more efficient, and you'll miss it a whole lot less. So when we're talking fingering, we have generally accepted principles, and then we have the truth, right? Which is sometimes we're going to break a generally accepted principle to get to something that's easier. So your F chord with the 3 on the top is really going to come up a lot, okay? And then 01, just take your pinky off. And then 0, 0, 3. Okay, then you go 0, 0. G7, just 3 strings. Ring finger to get the 3. Hit the 0, 0, 0, 3. 2 more zeros. That same thing, F chord with your pinky on the top string. Or the bottom string, depending on how you look at it. 01. 003, hit 00, partial G7, index finger up, hit the 2, and then 00, and then you repeat. Okay, so I'm going to play through it. So we just did it with your thumb. Okay, I want you to learn it with your thumb, but then I also want you to go back through and pluck it. Okay, and the hard part about talking to you guys about plucking is you're probably not going to do it, and then somewhere down the road, you're going to be like, gosh, I wish I'd have done that all along, right? So pluck and strum. Do both. I do both. I promise you're going to need them both down the road. Here we go. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to play it all with plucks. 1, 2. Second ending. Isn't that nice? It works. It's even prettier on baritone, guys. So with the whichever one you work on, remember thumb down as well as plucking, and we'll continue on. So we'll do we'll drop off the bottom. We'll next. So for Thursday, be ready with Three Blind Mice and Brahms Lullaby. And you notice how Three Blind Mice sort of informs what you're doing here, right? All of the C chords you've already seen on here, and so now we're just adding in some G7s and some Fs to make that come together. So all right, I'm going to disconnect this stream. I'm going to go back over to the website. I'm going to clean up a couple of things, and then we're going to go into some Tin Pan Alley. So come join us for that. Some fun stuff to play next, okay? And so I'll see you two guys in just a minute.